How much time till we're on?
Ron!
What?
We're on the air right now.
I'm ready.
You. I'm out here already messing up. What up, man? Welcome to Blues News. You know who I be, man. I am Bluminati. What's good, y'all? What's good on this Monday? No, y'all probably was expecting a blurred AF. We didn't give it to y'all tonight, but we will be back. So I decided to give y'all, you know what I'm saying, some stuff. Nothing too major, man. I ain't gonna be on here too long for all of those who do step into the arena, come into the house and kick it with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Come sit on the couch and have some good libations with me. You know what I'm saying? Chill and kick it with your boy, man. But yeah, now today, man, what we getting into today? Today. Let's talk a little bit of Superman, man. We're gonna talk a little bit of Superman. We're gonna talk about that Clipse album that dropped. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So be it. Then I want to talk about some Norman Osborne, maybe possibly coming into the MCU, man. Possibly coming into the MCU. So let's jump right into it. Let's jump right into this Superman. Get into this Soups, the big homie Soup. Yeah. So the Superman box office. Let's talk about that Superman box office, man. A lot of people didn't think that it was going to do what it was going to do. Superman came out here swinging. Superman has come out here swinging, ladies and gentlemen. You know, what does it mean? What did the Superman reboot mean? Right? What does it mean for going forward, this new generation of people? What does it mean, man? Especially for the debut with the jaw dropping 100, I think they said 125 million domestic, 95 million overseas. What that gave them a total of 217 globally. That makes it DC's strongest launch since the Batman, right? Since the Batman. Strongest launch since the Batman. I think that's dope. Batman came out, what, 2022? Right? 2022. It's almost unheard of in a superhero summer packed with the entries from both like Marvel, DC, you got Jurassic Park, you know. So it's clear that this reboot has resonated with the masses. You know what I mean? It's resonated with the masses. People want to go see it. People have literally enjoyed what they've seen on the big screen when it comes to the Superman. I think that's a good thing. So I'm gonna ask: is this just nostalgia, or is this something fresh that James Gunn has really tapped into? You know what I mean? Are we looking at nostalgia? I mean, I'm a big fan of Superman. You know what I mean? Huge Soup fan. But am I more liking this because of the James Gunn touch? Or is this just nostalgia? Right? What is it? Let's talk about the tone and the authenticity of it, man. You know, we praising James Gunn. Those of us who watched it and liked it, we're praising Gunn's extreme sincerity. Like, he's sincere in this movie. This movie is sincere. It's a Superman who is kind. I said this already. Hopeful, respectful, not grim, not dark, not brooding, not Batman with an S on his chest, right? And as a Black viewer, as a Black American, I really appreciate seeing a lead hero who can uplift, you know what I'm saying, rather than just sitting there brooding and you know what I'm saying, more of a dark tone. So for me, it flips the script, you know what I'm saying, for me, especially on a Black perspective in hero stories. You You know what I'm saying? No need for them to be more hardened or rugged or, you know what I'm saying, tragic. Hopefully, James Gunn can also bring that to the table when he touches on the black heroes. Mr. Terrific, if you watch the film, you saw how Mr. Terrific was this genius, this dope ass problem solver, right? You saw that. So I thought that was a good thing, especially being a black person. If we're getting superheroes that really inspire instead of make us, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say Zack Snyder did it because I think his Superman was okay, but I do like James Gunn Superman. You know what I'm saying? I really do like James Gunn Superman. Um, but he was him being tragic, I don't think necessarily served him well. Him being Batman, because now you got two Batman in the Snyderverse, basically. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I looked at it. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But that's just how I looked at it. What up, Mr. YouTube 92? What it do? Yeah, long time no see, brother. Long time no see. So I'm gonna ask y'all, you know, I like to ask these questions as I'm going through Blues News. How did y'all feel about the tone? Was the tone there for you? Was did you like the sincerity of it? Did you like the kind hopefulness? Did you like it being bright and vibrant, the colors? Did you like the I think it was well-timed humor? Did you like that? Tell me how y'all felt about it. Now let's get into this box office, man. Let's get into this box office. Marvel's 2020 slot hasn't been the best. I think it's averaged out around to be 75 million to 90 million, and that's nothing to sneeze at. But we talking Marvel here, right? We talking Marvel here. Superman has doubled it and more. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm always pit DC against Marvel. I grew up like that. It was DC Comics, it was Marvel Comics, right? Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, X-Men, everybody else. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I'ma always be pitting them against each other. The thing is the audience appetite shifting back to earnest heroes, right? Does the audience really want to see heroes be heroes? I was watching a YouTube video today. They said that Superman is not, or people looked at Superman like a cop, right? But Superman isn't a cop. Superman is more like a firefighter. And when they said that, I felt it. I said, you know what? That's right. Superman isn't out being a cop. Superman is just out trying to save lives and humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just trying to save lives. Law be damned. If you are in need, I show up. You know what I mean? I think that's a dope thing. I think that's dope. So I'm gonna ask y'all, what type of superhero do y'all crave? What type of superhero do you crave? Do you like the serious, sarcastic, or do you want somebody with soul? Because I think the Superman has a little bit more soul attached to his character. I really do. Right? The cultural international lens plays a big part in this. You know what I'm saying? I think there was underperformance in China, but I think it's because of Superman's all-American identity. Superman is the Boy Scout, the American Boy Scout. True justice and the American way has always been his slogan. Whether they changed it or not, that's always going to be something that follows Superman anywhere he goes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that necessarily landed well internationally, especially in China. You know what I'm saying? Now, from a black lens and how I looked at it, you know what I'm saying, Black American culture always had to balance representation, you know what I'm saying, for domestic pride and global solidarity. But Superman shows, or Superman can show, nationality can be both uplifting and limiting. You know what I'm saying? which I think is good. You want to show that, yes. I just noticed I spelled spelled that wrong, but you want to show that just because this is America centric doesn't mean that America doesn't have its flaws. Superman being who he is, I like that this Superman was flawed. The last Superman was so powerful, so godlike, and we got all the Jesus-like imagery. I like that with this Superman, there is more I can do from a narrative space, right? From a narrative space, there's a lot I can do with this Superman. And I hate to keep pitting Zack Snyder Superman up against James Gunn Superman, but that's where we're at. But it's a lot that we can do narratively, or that I can see that James Gunn can do, and everybody over at DC and his team and everything can do over there at DC narratively. He's not the super Jesus, super God like. He's flawed. He gets, what I'm saying, he gets hurt. He goes through emotions, his humanity. And I think it's dope really seeing an alien that Superman is have his humanity. And I think that played a major part in the box office, right? I think a lot of kids like seeing that. They like seeing the humanistic side of Kal-El. You know what I mean? So I think it really works that way. The film, it sets a hopeful tone, especially for Supergirl, Green Lantern, and all of these DC characters that we got coming up, especially the ones that are very sincere versus, what I'm saying, like the cynical satire that we got in the past. Like I said, this is always going to be a comparison between James Gunn and Zack Snyder. It's always going to be that. Now, the thing is, will the sincerity carry over, what I'm saying, through these other iterations and these other superheroes that we got? Or will the studios slide back into the darker, edgier tropes? I hope DC does something different. And I think the box office shows that people want to see something different from DC. Zack Snyder's thing is a thing of the past. Cool. I know they got their wallets closed. Petition and boycott that they got going on. I want to, salute to them. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. But I would say if you're a Superman fan, it's not like they killed your character off like they did T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? They didn't kill your character off. You just got a new actor to come in and play it with a new director and a new team. You can still be mad and still have your boycott or whatever. I'm just saying, I think if you're a fan of Superman, that you would want to see this succeed. You would want to see this put your guy on the map even more. You know what I'm saying? Especially with how, Superman has been looked at as of late. He ain't had the best light on him. You know what I'm saying? Man of Steel, I thought was a dope movie. BVS, I thought was a dope movie, but the masses didn't necessarily agree. I think the masses like this Superman, not the washed out tones. You know what I'm saying? You know what? It's crazy. Chris Nolan does the Batman, and I think he kind of piggybacked off of like I blame the Matrix. I was about to put it on Chris Nolan. I blame the Matrix. I blame the Wachowskis. Once they did the leather, everything, what I'm saying, was like that. The X-Men came with the leather, and then we just superheroes just wanted to be this grunge look, this dark look, right? I think it serves Superman better to be what he is, the colorful red, the yellow, you know what I'm saying, the cape. I think that serves Superman's brand better than the dark, brooding, all of that. Kids love Superman, and they want to see the colors. They want to see the happiness, and I think that's why Superman got 2 weeks to show improve. And I think it will show and improve. I think Superman will run away for these 2 weeks and make as much money as it can. I don't see anything in front of it. I think it has a good, solid legs in front of it to run until Fantastic Four show up. Then there will be a little competition in the box office, right? I think, but to me, I love competition. Competition is good. You hear me talk about Marvel versus DC. I think they should really go into it. Make it a Barbenheimer type situation if they want to. I think that works also, but go into the steel sharpen steel situation. That trope, that niche. I think it works for both. I think Jurassic Park, Superman, Fantastic Four helps the box office. It helps movie theaters sincerely. If all the three of those movies work and do good, oh man, movie theaters is gonna love it. They're gonna love it because they're gonna feel like they back, man. They're gonna feel like they're back. You know what I'm saying? Implications for DC's future. Like I said, this film sets a hopeful tone. And I think it's gonna work. I really think it's gonna work. Community, identity, we got politics involved. Now, from my perspective, from I'm a black man. From my perspective, representation is always gonna matter. So this Superman, he isn't black himself, but his message of hope and hope and job, about to say injustice. The message of hope and justice serves all communities well. You know what I'm saying? That's a universal thing that I think all communities want to see. So me as a black man, I like that. I like hope and justice. You know what I'm saying? But I needed to be hope and justice for me too. You know what I'm saying? I also need to get hope and justice. If y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Can my heroes get some hope and justice? Can we get Mr. Terrific getting hope and justice? Hopefully, Green Lantern gets some hope and justice. Vixen shows up, hope and justice. You know what I mean? Nubia can show up with some hope and justice. If we're gonna do it, let's go all the way. I think that's the way to do it. I think, and I think James Gunn is seeing that. I think James Gunn is looking at his black audience, the black population out there, and say, you know what? I got to do something for them too. They show up. You know what I'm saying? I think he looked at what Black Panther did. They show Black Lightning. Yes, I didn't slip my mind, not my heart. You know what I'm saying? But I think James Gunn is going to be looking out into the diaspora, into the zeitgeist when it comes to the black audience, the black dollar, and I think he's gonna serve us well. I really do. I really do. Don't prove me wrong, James Gunn, Jimmy Gunn. Don't prove me wrong, man. So yeah, record-breaking box office as of right now. The tonal pivot back to sincerity, I think, is good. Cultural impacts at home and abroad. Potential ripple effects in the DC's future due to the Snyder Bros with the wallet closed protest. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think this is a good film. I think the box office shows that people are resonating toward this film. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you felt uplifted, hit the subscribe button, man. Join the conversation. So you know what I'm saying? For the future, what do you think Supergirl should focus on? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, man. We got to get this. We got to get it out of the way. I told you I don't want to be here long. Want to be here strong. Don't want to be here long. So next up, oh man, gotta talk these boys here. The Clipse. Gotta talk the Clipse, man. Gotta talk the Clipse. Big fan of the Clipse. Big fan of the Clipse. I was born in Virginia, not from Virginia. Spent a lot of time there during my military career. But I am not from Virginia. Albany, Georgia, stand up. But the Clipse is one of my favorite hip hop groups. Clipse is one of my favorite hip hop groups, man. And it's dope to see them come back, especially in I want to say the seasoned age that they are. You know what I mean? The seasoned age that they are. Because in today's hip hop, I think the elder statesman is needed in today's hip hop. I think the elder statesman is needed, and you're seeing a lot of that happening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Nas went on a crazy run a couple years. You know what I'm saying? A year ago or whatsoever. Been coming out of COVID, went on a crazy run. You know what I'm saying? Snoop dropped a dope album. Who else of older elk? LL Cool J, Eminem still out here doing it at a high level. Slick Rick just dropped some, you know what I'm saying? Like I think hip hop is in some good hands with the elder statesman. And this is I don't want to say this is new territory, but this is kind of new territory for hip hop, because normally we don't see the elder statesman be able to come on the scene and drop something like this. So me seeing that this is dope. So let's get into it, man. Long awaited return of the Clipse, new album, Let God Sort Them Out. That's the title. Yeah, you heard that right. Let God Sort Them Out. Man, it's gospel, it's coke rap, it's all of that, man. And we got to break this down. We really got to get into it, man. Let's talk legacy. Clipse been here since, Lord willing, dropped back in 2002, man. 2002. I graduated in 01. So the Clipse, I've been since my graduation, I have, the Clipse has been right there with me, riding shotgun, into my adulthood. That's 20 years of coke talk. Icy beats by the Neptunes, and now just Pharrell. Pusha T giving you quotables for days, even though I think his older brother Malice is the real MVP of this album, man. But I gotta ask y'all, is the Clipse still relevant? Are they relevant in this post Drake, post Kendrick, post Travis Scott world, right? Or is this a legacy act just trying to cling to nostalgia? I think they relevant. I think they came in. I think the rollout was dope, and I think that's how you do a rollout. You know what I'm saying? I think they studied from the greats. They've been in it for a long time. They came in, like I said, in 02. During 02, I think hip hop saw a massive boost. You know what I'm saying? Even though we started going into the ringtone era and things like that, but people were still putting work in. Excuse me. People were still putting work in. People still was out here, getting it. There was no the social media wasn't, hell, there was no social media. I think you had blogs at the time, but blogs didn't really get big into what I want to say around 05, 6, 7, something like that, going into, iPhone territory, BlackBerry territory. There was none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is dope, man. What's dope about this album though is it's like the spiritual listening to it. You can hear the especially with Malice's influence, you can hear the gospel notes in it. You can hear the spirituality in it, man. It's like they out here, they really talking about God and guilt, but also about diamonds, dope dealing, decadence. You know what I'm saying? Black excellence. Look at the chain. Look at the watch. You know what I'm saying? This, but it's not like Jesus Walks or what was Kanye's gospel album. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't like that. It's more like Jesus is watching while I, while I whip it in the kitchen. It's more on that, man. And it raises the bar, man. It also gives, a cultural, we can get into like cultural debates with this. And I think that's what's dope. Albums like this should have people talking. And I think that's what hip hop got away from. What album got you talking? Right? Kendrick got you to. I like what Kendrick did. I like the outcome of the Kendrick and Drake beef is because we're talking about hip hop again. And we haven't talked about hip hop in a while because it's just been, just play it for the vibes. Like music has just been, you put it on while you clean up, while you sit down with a part. It's just background music, right? Music, albums like this get you talking. It gets you talking. Can we talk about God and crime in the same breath, right? And call it art? Can we do that? Can we do that? Is this Sunday morning guilt? You know what I'm saying? On top of Saturday night flexing, like, I went to the club on Saturday, but I gotta go to church Sunday. You know what I'm saying? These are things that I think is dope. Like I said, when it comes to talking hip hop, when we're talking rap, where is that? That we haven't had that in a while. The balance hasn't been there. And let me not say we haven't had that. You just got to go find it. This is being pushed forefront. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? Grown man rap. Is this grown, but is this grown man rap evolved, or is this just them being elitist? Right? It's a lot of questions we can do when we're talking about this stuff, man. Push's flow. Somebody said Push's kept him relevant. Yes, Push's flow, man. Crisp, beats cold, lyrics, crazy. It's layered, but it's a clear tone here, man, that this is grown man music. This is grown people's music. Less about running the block, more about reflecting on what it costs to get there, right? I'm one of those people who are calling this evolution. This is how you elevate and how you evolve and keep your name out there and become still have that hunger, and you can still see that they got that hunger in them. You know what I'm saying? Still keep it on a high level, still show that I can still dominate, but I'm gonna stay in my lane and I'm gonna do this over here, man. But some people might look at this and say, man, it's self-righteous, it's boring. I need the vibes. Where's the vibes at? So many skews, right? Some people like that. I like music that gets me talking. You know what I'm saying? I like music. It's like having a piece of art in your house and somebody comes in and asks you questions. I want to be able to talk about the art. I don't want to just have it hanging up and people just walk past and be, oh, that's nice, and walk past. Let's talk about this piece. Let's talk about this art that they put together. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask y'all, what's the last great album from somebody who you might see as a 40 plus, a mature rapper, and did it really hit you? You know what I'm saying? What was the last good 40 plus album? What's good? What's good? What's good? Six. What's the last one? For me, it's been a lot. I like Snoop's last album. I like all of Nas's King Disease's albums. I like It's Almost Dry was good. It's Almost Dry was good. I like LL Cool J's album, right? Hell, as a right, I wouldn't even mind if 50 dropped something right now. Tell you the truth. T.I. can drop. So I think the lane is opening up to where we see more 40 plus year old rappers come out to the game and actually chart or you know what I'm saying, have some hits. E40 still out here going at a high pace. Too Short, high pace. Matter of fact, that last Ice Cube album wasn't that bad. That last Ice Cube album was not that bad. Jim Jones still at a high level. There's some of them out here. Like the 40-year-old rappers is keeping hip hop in good hands, all state. You know what I'm saying? They really doing it, man. Yes, Mount Westmore. Yeah, that was a solid album. You know, so the Guardian, I was reading an article on the Guardian. The Guardian called this luxury cocaine rap filtered through Sunday service. I was like, what? Say what now? Luxury cocaine rap filtered through Sunday service. That's crazy, but it's kind of spot on, right? It's kind of spot on. If the Clipse wasn't already rich and respected, would we let any random new rapper get away with that type of a contradiction in tone when doing the album? That, you know what I'm saying? I wonder, will we let some new cat come on the scene and rap the way that these guys is rapping in today's hip hop, in today's era? Will we do that? I don't know. I don't know if we do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we do gatekeep realness. You know, in our culture, we gatekeep it. Whether it's nerd culture, whether it's hip hop culture, whatever, we gatekeep realness in our culture. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to somebody new on the scene, we got to gatekeep. But the thing is, I think OGs are afforded the reasonable, not the reasonable doubt. Well, I can't. I'm drawing brain fart right now. Benefit of the doubt. They are afforded the benefit of the doubt because it is their art, and they've lived with us, and we've grown with them long enough to know, all right, they sincere in what they do. They sincere in what they do. You know what I'm saying? So I think now we're putting more value on hip hop and growing old and who gets to grow old. And I think that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? The rock, they do that all the time. They let their greats mature, grow old, still make music, still tour, still be looked at with reverence. I think now, and hip hop is pretty young. We 50 years young or whatever, but at the same time, we've had difficulty letting our greats rock, and now I think it's the time to let our greats rock. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So let God sort them out. Is this a modern masterpiece? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think this is a modern masterpiece, or is this just another flex? Or just some old people coming back trying to get back in the game. For one, I don't want to call it a classic yet. I want to sit on it. You know what I'm saying? Bring it in some more. I want to just sit on it, man, for the summer. I think sometimes we call things classics too early. You know what I'm saying? Sit on it. Sit on it. Go away from it. If you go back and then you leave again, you go back, then I think you can make the assessment to say something is a classic for how long it lives with you. The thing, see, back then it was a little bit easier to probably know if something was a classic because you had to listen to it, right? There was no, just go to the next album. Oh, just load up the next album. You paid your 10, 12, 13, 14, $15 for that CD. You popped it in and you lit, like, I'm going to get the most out of this CD. I knew people who album come out to be garbage. You was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to it until I like it because I done spent money on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different now, man. But yeah, I want to hear from you. Is Clipse evolving? You know what I'm saying? Or what? Is this just more cocaine rap? Because I don't think it's just more cocaine rap. I really don't, So yeah, man, let God sort them out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you like this new Clipse album, talk to me down in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. What we got next, y'all? Talk to me. What we got next, y'all? Okay. Let's get back on this Marvel train. Let's get back on this Marvel train. Huh? Let's get back on this Marvel train. Norman Osborne? Is Norman Osborne coming to the MCU finally? Is he finally coming? I ain't got no issues with Norman coming, right? I think it's kind of long overdue with Norman coming. Should he be race swapped? That's the question I'm asking. Do we race swap Norman? Huh? Should we race swap Norman? I mean, they race swapping everybody else. We had Kane, who was race swapped, which probably would have turned out to be dope. Should we race swap Norman? Just for the sake of it. And you know me, I'm against race swaps, but I really want to ask that question. Should we race swap Norman? Do you think a black actor would serve better in that position playing Norman Osborn? I really want to talk about it, man. Because I want to talk about what that means for like somebody like a Miles Morales or T'Challa, just black heroes in general, right? Because we never really, how many black villains besides who did we get? Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why I like James Gunn. James Gunn, even though it was a race swap, but James Gunn gave us a black villain. And when I say black, I mean like a main black villain. I guess the Marvels, I guess she was a black villain in the Marvels. You know what I'm saying? It's really, I mean, Killmonger, I guess. We don't have a lot of black villains. We'll have a lot of black villains. So he's saying, yeah, let's get it. Please give us Norman Osborn as Black. Yeah, Osborn supposedly is rumors going around that Osborn is coming to the MCU. You know what I'm saying? So I want to take a deep dive into that rumor, right? That the Green Goblin is coming back. But also, let's keep it a buck. Do we need another white billionaire villain running around? And I know it's Spider-Man, but that's what's dope about Spider-Man's rogue gallery. His rogue gallery is bananas, right? And I'm gonna get to it. So I'm gonna get to another point I want to make, or sliding Norman Osborn out of the way for a different villain. You know what I mean? Because I think that works. Give me 1 second. I think that'll work better, or the person I don't think will work better. But you know what I'm saying? Let's go like this. Are we just, because we've gotten we did get Norman Osborn. We've got Norman Osborn. This would be the third iteration of Norman Osborn, and I know it's Spider-Man, and that's his main villain. I get it, right? I get it. Would Norman bring anything new to the MCU that we haven't already seen in a villain? I'm gonna ask that, because we've already kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, what Doom, Norman Osborn, what's so different than them? It's gonna be the same, just on a street level, I guess. You know what I mean? I guess maybe just on the street level, but to me, I kind of view them kind of the same. And would Norman Osborn just be a Tony Stark like clone, you know what I'm saying, but just a bad Tony Stark, which is what we're kind of getting with this Doom situation is going forward, right? So I would say don't bring you know what I'm saying, maybe not bring him in, maybe go a different way, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we've had Iron Man, we've got Kang variants, White Vision walking around, like, and a lot of this has to do with tech, or being a CEO or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And we're not seeing it. Black characters already are getting the short end of the stick over there at Marvel. You know what I'm saying? They show up, they die, they disappear, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They get their whole legacy rewritten into something that's not really them. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see more black villains, more actual black villains, not a race swap. Even though I think Spider-Man is black anyway, and maybe that's why a lot of his rogue gallery kind of mimic black things, you know what I'm saying? But I would say nah. You know what I'm saying? I would say nah. From like I said, from my perspective, Marvel needs to quit treating our black characters and our black stories kind of like side quests, because that's how they kind of treat them. You know what I'm saying? And Norman Osborn coming in kind of, it's like we already got enough white in the MCU, Marvel. We already got enough, right? Dope. And I know, majority of the superheroes in Marvel are white. Cool. But I think we got enough with Norman. No need. And I'm not saying Norman wouldn't be dope. I would love to see Norman come alive in the MCU. But we might be able to wait. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because where's, you know what I'm saying, the black characters, they killed T'Challa off screen, gave him a funeral, you know what I'm saying? And now they're gonna probably prep Norman for, and I know it's kind of apples to oranges, but how are they gonna do Norman? Is Norman gonna be like the bad guy, the good, the bad guy masquerading as a good guy? You know what I'm saying? On kind of like Tony Stark in what could probably be looked at as a villain. That's why only person I can really compare him to, Tony Stark and Doom. If you think about it, Tony Stark was probably this close to being looked at or treated as a villain, right? He could have turned evil any day of the week. I got the money, I got the means, the tech, the know-how. He could have easily turned into Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn being Green Goblin is kind of no different than Tony Stark being Iron Man, right? It's just different spectrums of good and bad, but they're both tech CEOs, you know what I'm saying, things like that. So I just want y'all to understand why I keep throwing Tony Stark in there, you know what I'm saying. But I need that energy to come to us, and I'm not one who's afraid to have a black villain. I'm not afraid to have a black villain, you know what I'm saying, at all. So I need full circle arcs, heroes and villains to show up in the MCU, right? Miles Morales, I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to see that character come. They've been biting at the chomp to see, you know what I'm saying, him show up. Where's his live action introduction at? You know what I mean? Why not build a universe around him? And I'm not even the biggest Miles Morales fan, but I think you can build a universe around him instead of rebooting Osborne. Bring Miles into the game. Bring Miles into the game. Right? Hold on. Think I got to sneeze. Whew. You know how you get that sneeze sometimes? All right, no sneeze, no sneeze. But I'll tell you what could work when it comes to Spider-Man, because I think this might have evolved more into a Spider-Man conversation with this news of Norman Osborn than just a normal Osborn conversation. So if Marvel flipped Norman Osborn entirely or just got rid of him entirely, right? Now we can make him a brother. We can race swap him, you know what I'm saying? Make Oscorp have some kind of tech startup out in Harlem or Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Show us kind of what generational wealth looks like. Really push that, you know what I'm saying? Black excellence type situation. Or who I would like to see them bring in instead of Norman Osborn to have Spidey be hella grounded and kind of a duality role. I would love Tombstone to show up. And if y'all saw this latest Spider-Man animated series that Marvel put out, his relationship with Tombstone, if they can replicate that on a live action scale, you got my money any and all days of the week. Any and all days of the week. Spidey and Tombstone live action. Tombstone add in some Luke Cage. If they did that whole Mayor Luke Cage gang war storyline for 3 Spider-Man movies with Miles Morales in it, Tombstone, Misty Knight, Luke Cage, a black Norman Osborn. Come on, man. Who y'all talking to? Who y'all talking to right now? You know what I'm saying? I think that works. I think it works. Or would it work with a racially ambiguous Norman Osborn? I want to ask. I just want to throw that out there. Not saying that that's what I would want, but would a racially ambiguous Norman Osborn work? That just crossed my mind. You know what I'm saying? And would y'all want that? And maybe that could be something that he deals with. You know what I'm saying? Norman Osborn being mixed, two sides of he's, seeing two sides of the world. You know what I'm saying? White side, black side. That's something that, you know what I'm saying, is part of his mental makeup that makes him go into like the Green Goblin situation. Like they could really play with Norman Osborn. They could really play with Marvel. Y'all holler at me, man. I think y'all can really play with Norman. Y'all can, because it's like now Norman is white and he's also black. So that way it's not necessarily, it's a 50% race swap. It's not all the way. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all, I think y'all got something with it, man. Don't bring Defoe, but William Defoe was great as Norman Osborn. But go get a racially ambiguous Norman with some deep waves in his head, right? Real pale skin, freckles, code switches. You know what I mean? Moved up the rank, started Osborne, Oscorp. Give me that. I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be dope. What do y'all think? Norman Osborn, Tombstone, Misty Knight, Miles Morales, Luke Cage, all of these people in like a gang war. I don't know if y'all ever read that series that Marvel dropped. Type situation, like who's running. Ooh, I'm thinking of all types of stuff now when it comes to like the Spider-Man world. You know, we got Kingpin, who was mayor. They can, oh man, Marvel. Y'all really want to get me back? Marvel? Give me the Luke Cage becomes mayor after the ousting of Kingpin. Give me that. And then from that, lead into gang. Oh, come on, Marvel. Heroes for hire. Y'all don't want to win. Marvel, y'all don't want to win. DC might come in and start smacking y'all around. But I'm telling y'all what to do. That gang war storyline would work. Especially if y'all are getting, from my understanding, y'all might be getting full control of Spider-Man back. Sony might not want it if that's the rumor, and if that's true. Listen to me, Marvel. Listen to me, Feige. You still got the job there. Listen to me. Take some of these storylines and use them. They work. Especially on the big screen. They work. So yeah, man, I done went in on this a little longer than expected, man. You know, I normally give y'all 30 minutes. So, but y'all let me know, man. What do y'all think? Are y'all hyped for Norman Osborn to show up? Would you want him to be, like I said, racially ambiguous? Would you want him to be all the way black? Or would you prefer William Dafoe to be Norman Osborn again? You know what I'm saying? Is this just another case of Marvel dodging the opportunity to center a new black character and its narratives? You know what I'm saying? Is that what it is? I need y'all to hit that like button, you know what I'm saying, and drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to share it, man. This is please share it, man. This is Blues News. Y'all know who I am. I am Bluminati, man. Become a member. Please become a member. I got some great things coming in the membership. Merch giveaways, reduced price for merch. And I'll let y'all even give suggestions for merch, right? Because I think that'd be dope. Y'all suggest whatever merch y'all want me to produce and give out to the world, man. Be on the lookout Thursday night. Matter of fact, let me let y'all know what my put my little schedules up. My stream schedule, Blurred AF on Mondays, which was tonight. We didn't do it though. We did not do Blurred AF, but you know, some things happened. I ain't gonna say nothing happened. We just didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Blues House Live on Thursdays. That is now, I'm now changing the name from that to Blues House Party, right? Because I wanted to feel like a party there. So it's gonna be might be a whole different theme. I might just really change up some stuff on how we do Thursday nights, man. And then I do the Blues News throughout the week, which is what we're doing right now. A little bit late, but hey, those who joined, I appreciate those who joined in the stream, because I know it was a little bit later than I normally stream. But Yeah, man. Let me see what the comments saying real quick. And they said make him light skinned, red-headed black guy. Hey, I'm not against that. Not against that. Nico Bellic, what's up, man? I ain't seen you before, but have I seen you before? Maybe I have. That avatar look a little familiar. Maybe I have. He says there's a big plot hole in Superman. Why couldn't Superman with his X-ray vision see Ultraman's face? He should have known long before that Ultraman is a clone. I like that. I like that plot hole. I think that was a lead suit. You know, I think the helmet was lead, and I think the whole get up was lead. You know what I'm saying? Think of when you go to the dentist, they put those lead smocks on. I think it was something like that. That's the only thing I could think of, but I think that is a great catch. That is a great catch. Stamina MC in the building live from across the pond. What's up, man? Not that he couldn't make it, just that he didn't, Nico. Superman is trusting, isn't inquisitive. He only used it. Okay, you talking to him. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, man. You came in. Hopefully you watched the rewatch. Didn't have as high as energy as Monday today, and I had just came from the gym trying to get my gains, trying to get back in the gym and really do some stuff, man. But hope y'all enjoy Blues News. Little long-winded, a little bit longer than what I thought. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Norman Osborne coming back. Let me know what y'all think about Clipse's new album. And let me know what y'all think about Superman's box office. Will it save DC? Is James Gunn out of the hot seat after this week's box office? So yeah, man, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Take it easy, be safe, and like that, I am Audi 5000. Peace.